Austin Grabish has the latest.
There's actually still about a dozen people working out here right now to make sure this fire doesn't shoot up again. It is quite windy out here, and you can see the smoke from the fire from where we're standing. That's still happening. Now we're just off some back roads, and you can see all of the burned trees in front of us. It's right in front of a big empty field. Now when this fire started yesterday, several people living in nearby farms had to be evacuated. I'm actually told that 7 water bombers had to be called in, including 2 from Ontario. And just a short time ago, we did see a helicopter flying above. Obviously, officials keeping a very close eye on the situation here. Austin Grabish, CBC News, in the RM of Lactabani.
Despite record-breaking flooding this spring in parts of New Brunswick and BC, Natural Resources Canada is warning this could be a long, hot wildfire season. Spokesman Richard Carr says wildfire numbers are already ahead of the 10-year average. Fire maps show the wildfire risk is already high to extreme straight across southern Canada. The provincial government is set to table legislation to ban night hunting. A new bill will be introduced in the legislature this afternoon. In the last few years, at least 2 people have been killed in Manitoba by stray bullets fired in the dark. Some Indigenous groups don't support the ban. The head of the Southern Chiefs organization says First Nations leaders have not been properly consulted. Michigan State University has announced what it calls a historic $500 million settlement with 332 women and girls who said they were assaulted by sports doctor Larry Nassar. The university was accused of ignoring or dismissing complaints about Nassar that dated as far back as the 1990s. The chairman of its governing board says the school is truly sorry for what all of the survivors and their families have been through, and that it recognizes the need for change when it comes to sexual assault awareness and prevention. Winnipeg's own Burton Cummings says he is recovering from a serious car crash this past Sunday in Los Angeles. The former frontman for the Guess Who wrote a lengthy Facebook post saying he'd been hit by a car that ran a red light. Cummings says he suffered a concussion after cracking his head on the windshield, serious bruising on his arms, painful legs, and back pain. The 70-year-old adds he had hoped to make it home to Winnipeg to sing the national anthem for the Jets during the playoffs, but is now concentrating on his recovery. The federal government is throwing more weight behind the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion.
This is an exceptional situation.
Finance Minister Bill Morneau has announced his government is willing to compensate the pipeline's backers against any financial loss due to the British Columbia's attempts to stop the expansion. Karina Roman reports.
Finance Minister Bill Morneau won't say how much it could cost taxpayers, but the federal government believes the